The angel of the profession. Hello everyone, this is Taliesin McKnight, and thank you for joining me yet again in my videos. This is a video just for Patreon, and I really do appreciate my Patreon subscribers. This helps it where I can put more and more focus on my videos and just really put my focus on this. I've never pumped out so many videos in my life. It used to be, I've been doing this a lot of years. It'd be like once a week. That was me, like really focused. Now I'm pumping out videos at least once a day. So I appreciate that. That's possible because of y'all. But today I wanted to talk about the angel of the profession. So many of you have already started working with the birth angel, in which you work with the angel based upon the degree of the sun at your nativity. I myself have found this a very powerful practice. I carry a stone around my neck. Now, I talk about the 3 books of occult philosophy, and I talk about where you can find where in the classical sources from the 16th century, because I try to stick to the classical sources when possible, of the stone associated with your nativity. So the stone, I find it very useful. Not that the angels need stones, but they help us to connect and to carry that energy with us. So the birth angel. In addition to that, Agrippa, where is my 3 books of occult philosophy? Agrippa goes into that we have an angel of our nativity, and there's also an angel of your profession. Agrippa actually talks about how the angel of the profession can change. When you change professions, the angel or spirit of your profession could naturally change. And Agrippa talks about when you're in the wrong profession, it's like your spirit doesn't get along with your other spirits. It can cause problems. But your profession, the angel of your profession, this is something that beyond just the birth angel, you could work with the Shem angel that deeply connects to your profession. If you're having trouble at work, if you want to have more success and more prosperity, the work life is important. If it's important to have happiness in the home and in your relationships, because when you're off work, you're at home, and those relationships are important, right? Because if you're unhappy at home and then you're unhappy at work, you're just unhappy at life. If you're happy at home and you hate your job or your job's miserable, then you're unhappy 8 hours a day, It's like slavery. And if you're happy at work and unhappy at home, again, you're happy half the time. It's good to have some type of a guide or protector to help you at work and whatever your profession is, whatever you put your focus on. And this is something that we see in classical paganism as well. The deity of your profession is something that we see in a lot of classical, everything from the classical Romans, the ancient Celts. Of course, that's a very broad term, very likely had deities of the profession. So this is something that you see across many cultures. And this is connected with the angels as well. This comes up in Agrippa. He talks about the angel, the angel of the nativity, the angel of the profession. And so I'm going to put up a little image that I found useful. I did not create the image. I found it. If I knew who made it, then I would thank the person. But I think I'm going to get this image and put it up there, in case it's as a good little reference of course, also this book right here. Now, I would take this book with a grain of salt. It's good. The Science of the Kabbalah by Lazar Lenain. It's good for the offices, but you have to be careful because the 72 Shem angels, he assigns them just to days, which 365 divided by 72 is 360, and then the 5 extra days he assigns to the elements. But according to Agrippa in the classical literature, the Shem angels are associated with the quinries of the zodiac. Our calendar does not perfectly fit astrology. Our man-made calendar is a little bit off. That's why we have leap years and things. But so that's why with the birth angel, first of all, it's important to look at your natal chart. I made a video where I showed an app that I use and even how to use the app to find the degree of your sun at your birth. But in addition to that, the angel of your profession. The image I'm going to provide is a good little overview, but then I would bust out this book and look in depth at each angel, or you could try looking online, but there's a lot of bunk on the internet. But the angel of the profession. So sometimes this is very straightforward. What got me thinking about this is the current Shem angel, Yeyazel, governs authors and writers. So let's say you're an author, pretty straightforward, Yeyazel. Let's say that you're a healer. There are Shem angels of healing. What if it's something a little less obvious? What if you're a salesman or salesperson? Well, angels associated with commerce or with eloquence of speech and persuasion, that could be a good Shem angel for that. Let's say you're a cook or you work in a hotel. Maybe it's a little less obvious. It may take a little bit of thinking to work it out. If you're a cook, maybe a Shem angel associated with friendliness and hospitality, things like that. So it may take a little working out, but I highly recommend that people connect, discover. It may take some time. Nowadays, people want instant gratification. It doesn't work that way. You need patience. It may take you a week or two of really thinking about it and researching, and the right angel will come up for you, as these things often happen. You may be thinking, well, it could be this angel, it could be that. I don't know what angel it is, right? A week of that, second week, you're ready to give, and then boom, in a moment of insight, this is the angel. And it may be that the angel that comes up may not be what you expected. But the angel of the profession is very useful. I highly recommend this. So whenever you need something at work, or really just before your shifts in general, recite the Psalm verse. It's like a sentence. Say the name, help me at my job today. Help me to deal with this stress. Help me to deal with this situation. Help me to move forward in my career. You can go to the Shem angel to ask for advice with your profession. Let's say you need some help with a decision or whatever. Very useful. You're building up these connections on a higher plane that are guiding lights that can help you in very tangible and material ways. And in addition to the angel of your profession, this could equally be applied to a passion of yours or a hobby. Let's say by day you're baking cakes or a baker, and by night you're an artist. Maybe for you, not so much the angel of your profession, maybe an angel of something that you're really passionate about, such as an angel associated with art or writing or music, something that you really are passionate about. So it doesn't have to be an angel of your profession. It could be an angel of some type of passion or interest you're in. The key note here is you have a being, an entity, an angel that you build a long-term relationship with, right? You build a long-lasting relationship. You're building up these connections. You're nurturing those connections that nurture you. Now, if you have a question on what angel that could be, I could try to help while it's here on Patreon. Once this video is released on YouTube after a year, it'll be a bit more difficult. Right now, I've got over 300 videos, and my videos are starting to pick up steam again. Back like they used to back in the old days, you know? My videos are picking up steam. It's getting kind of hard to keep up with all the comments. But here on Patreon, you know, if you want some help with that, I'll be happy to try to look it up or help out, you know. And we're walking this path together. I'm doing this, and you're doing this too. We're walking this path together. You should get something out of this. And I believe that what you get out of this is very powerful. These lasting connections, these transform and revolutionize life. So that's just a little, you know, little encouragement to start thinking about and figuring out what is the Shem angel associated with your profession. Or alternatively, or in addition to that, an angel associated with some type of passion of yours, whether it's writing or art or connecting with nature, you know, whatever your passion is, learning and researching. It might not be just your profession. It might be something that you're passionate about, but something that you're doing long term. You have a guide, a mentor, a protector, someone that you can turn to when times get rough. You could start calling on these higher divine forces. And when we're surrounded with negativity and stress, it's you have some type of a high shining light that could to help imbue you in these things. So that's just a video that I wanted to put out there for my Patreon on the angel of the profession and also of your passions and hobbies. I encourage people to keep making these connections, you know. Maybe you already are connecting with your birth angel, and now it's time to also bring in some other connections here. So, anyways, just a quick video for y'all today. Thank you very much. I hope everyone is doing excellently well. And I will see y'all in the next video. Have a great day, y'all.